I want to ask you a very serious question. Are you ready? Okay. What is it you really want? Like, what is it you really want in life? And don't go so far. Don't turn it off yet, because there's so much more to this question than you can imagine, or that your mind thinks, oh, that's easy to answer, and then you start summarizing all the material things you might immediately, that enter into your mind. But there's so much more to discover with this question. So follow me, let's get into this and see what this episode is about and this question is about. Welcome to my channel and to Soul Travelers on Earth. In this episode, I wanna get more into this question. Because from my personal experience, if you ask yourself the question, or maybe write it down, what is it you really want? And probably you will start with answers of material things. I would love to have a house. I would love to have new clothes, or maybe a new car. And then you can go further, even more deeper into this to really answer that question. And maybe later on, after that video, or just have this question in your mind, just keep asking yourself that, even if you can't answer it yet, because you're opening up, you're setting the intention for this question to receive answers. So if you keep asking yourself that question, you're gonna see that later on your heart is gonna answer. And it's more about how you feel, because with all the things you want, from outside, they're here to give you a certain feeling. But what if you focus on the feeling, on the way you really want to feel, and then anything can happen, even more can happen than what you want, or something totally different can happen that you haven't even expected, and it's so much more magical and beautiful, and you wouldn't even think about that in your wildest dreams, because you didn't limit yourself within your manifestation. Also, you can see with that question that, with asking yourself what is it you really want in life, you will see through that process that the question you have might come from a lack of, like a mentality of lack, like thinking, I need to feel secure. And in order to feel that, I need to, like, your system needs to balance it out to have material things, so I feel secure. Or there's those answers, or the source of your desires can be anything, Why do you want to have a certain relationship? Why do you need to, how would your perfect partner look like? And you really focused on that. But then you discover that through putting all those characteristics of your partner that you wish for, you're putting them so high on top, and you're not letting anyone else enter if they don't fulfill those checkpoints. Then maybe there's a question of, okay, why do I need certain points? Do I need them because otherwise I don't feel connected to that person? Again, there is so much more that you can go deep into it. But that's the transformation work that it's gonna, lead you to it. But yeah, the question, what is it that you really want? And I'm gonna keep repeating that, so your system is gonna recognize that. So first we have, ask yourself, maybe why is it you really want that? After saying, you can maybe recognize a certain lack with that, like a pattern of trying to fulfill a desire where you feel not confident, or lack, or insecure or not loved. When your heart answers, with feelings, it's more a feeling about what is it you actually really want to feel, Do you want to feel aligned? Do you want to feel connected with yourself? Do you want to feel at home within yourself? You want to feel that you're just in the present moment. You want to feel blessed and you want to feel peaceful. You want to feel loved and inspired and motivated, like what is it you want to achieve with your desires? And I think with, trying to manifest whatever you want, very important key factor that I realized through my journey is not setting limits with defining things, like material things, or trying to control it too much, because you go against your own way. You're resisting that something else, maybe better, can come because you don't trust it. You don't trust yourself. You don't trust life, for you to receive what's best for you, and you're trying to control it too much. So a suggestion to think about what is it you really want, and think about maybe more feelings and not material things, because with a feeling, the door is open to receive exactly those material things or situations or people that's gonna match the frequency of your feeling. If you want to manifest something material, it's not nurturing, and maybe there's a way of seeing, or you just want to feel, you want to try to balance out a lack of feeling, a lack of emotion that hasn't been healed yet. For example, you want to live in a house and you want to look at the ocean. I mean, whatever you want, or you want 4 bedrooms, or you want da 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 da, and you go really into detail trying to control that you get exactly the house you want. Instead, you can say, I want to have a home where I feel so comfortable, where I feel so at home, with a wonderful community where I feel part of it. I love the feeling of entering the house and just enjoying the view of the way it looks, and just feeling so happy and comfortable, and I don't know, whatever you can think of. And with that, you're doing exactly the same thing, but the difference is you're not limiting yourself. So, even through my own journey, I kept asking myself, I came across after a couple of months, asking myself again the same question, because it's changing, and you realizing limiting beliefs and anything that you first wanted, but actually that's not important anymore. So I encourage you to put this question somewhere, or just save it in your mind and think about it every once in a while. And I know that sometimes a hard part is even starting asking yourself that question, like, do you really love yourself, or believe in yourself that much that you can write something down that you really want? Or do you think that I'm not deserving of that, I'm not deserving of a house, or a relationship that is so harmonious and fulfilling and inspiring? So maybe a first step is really admitting to yourself what you want, and that you are so enough right here and right now to receive it, that you're so deserving of it, you know? Allow yourself to have that. I'm just giving you a little bit of advice of how you maybe find it more easily rather than setting yourself limits to that and just entering into your feeling. And also, I know that sometimes when you enter into this happy feeling where you feel fulfilled and happy, inspired, and suddenly there's so much energy in your body, and like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, you know, that you're afraid of that. Because some patterns could arise saying, oh, no, I don't want that, because otherwise I'm afraid of losing that, you know? So I'd rather not have that because I don't want to go through the pain of losing that. So you see, with that question, there's so much more that comes with it. And I think it's a really interesting question to just, you know, move you forward. Even with that question, seeing what limiting beliefs you have, you know, or also talking about limiting beliefs. If you ask yourself the question, what is it you really want? Okay. And then you're going to write down blah, blah, blah. And then you can ask yourself the question, do you really believe that? You know, do you really believe what you want? Like, is that something you really think you're deserving? Is that something that you think you can really achieve in life? See, there are so many ways to go from there. So I'm wishing you a wonderful exercise, a wonderful journey with that question. And yeah, see you next time.